Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have a 2021 Chrysler Pacifica with the clunky sound in the steering, and when you drive it even straight on an uneven road, I'm not sure if you can hear it well, but if you drive it on an uneven road you can hear it. It feels like it's a sway bar link that is making the sound, maybe a control arm, but in reality it's your rack and pinion. These are prone to fail. I've done probably 5 of them myself, and today that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna go ahead and tackle that job. So let me go ahead and walk you through side by side how to get this job done. Go ahead, lift the front up on your car so front wheels are off the air and you have room to get under it. We have removed the front wheels. Front wheels are off. Just pointing out that this customer tried to do everything. They replaced outer tie rod ends. They replaced the shock absorbers, whole assembly. They also replaced sway bar links, and they still have this sound. So me personally, I already know it's a rack and pinion, so that's what I would have suggested them. Next thing we want to do is unbolt the wheel liner here from the bottom, just to create some room to see what's going on. And let's go ahead and remove the bottom covers. The belly band. Belly band here is held by mostly 10mm and couple of clips that you push and pull out, and number 8 mils on the side. Let's go ahead and remove them. Belly cover is removed. Now on the inside, make sure your steering wheel is straight and your wheels are pointing in the straight direction. Down here you see a 13mm. Just pull the carpet down a little bit to access it, unbolt this bolt and wiggle it straight out. Unbolt it, the 13mm. Lift straight up and don't move the steering gear. Next, let's go ahead and remove the front cover as well, because we have the front subframe bolts behind it. Couple 10 mils here, and on the bumper there are 8mm screws. Remove all these. Next up, we're gonna remove this bolt here that holds the motor mount, torque mount to the actual bracket itself. Unbolt this one. There's exhaust hangers here, 2 13mm. To bolt this right behind here. Can't see it very well, but it's there. Let's remove this. Hanger bolts are removed. That's loose. Let's go ahead and remove also these 2 holding points here, and unbolt our exhaust nuts on here, the clamp over here and the clamp back there, so we can slide that section out because we need to lower the subframe, and since this one is attached here we won't be able to do so, so we have to remove this pipe here. Exhaust bolts here, number 13mm, 2 bolts. There is a welded nut on the other side. Undo these 13s to release this part here. Those clamps are 16mm. Exhaust pipe is removed right there. That gives us easy access to the 21mm. Let's go ahead and take this out. In the front here there is a 10mm deep down there. One here, one here. Let's go ahead and remove this. Over at the front side there is a couple 10 mils holding the radiator piping. Undo these 2. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and remove the sway bar link top on our sway bar. It's 18mm. Let's go ahead and hit it with impact. Top of the sway bars is unbolted from the strut. Only doing the front. We need to go ahead and lower the subframe down without removing it completely, so we don't need to remove the bottom or anything else here, or the strut itself. So next up, I want to come here and unbolt the 18mm front subframe bolts. The back ones are still attached. Looks like there is a couple 10 millimeters holding the carpet here or the covering to access the rear subframe bolt. Middle subframe bolts 18 millimeters, and the ones in the rear behind these plastic covers carpet is gonna be 21 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt the 21 millimeter ones, then I'm gonna go ahead and support subframe, and then I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt the middle ones side by side. Back is supported with the jack. I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt those 18 mil subframe bolts now. Frame bolts are removed, but we also have lower control arm held by a big bolt in the back here on both sides. So let's unbolt them, and that should release our subframe. Okay, let's see if we have luck now when all the bolts are released. There we go. And we have plenty of space in the rear. Looks like a 10 millimeter washer bottle, windshield washer bottle. Bolt is holding on to his life, so let's go ahead and unbolt this. Okay, got that bolt removed. Subframe is hanging on lower control arms as we wanted. Here is the driver's side view of what I'm seeing here. You can go ahead and you can see this wiring harness, couple clips. Unclip those. There might be a ground cable. Unbolt the ground bolt, and don't forget to reinstall the ground bolt once reassembling. But we are gonna go ahead and unbolt the outer tie rods, and then there is a bolt there, also on the other side, and that's how we're gonna go ahead and get this thing unbolted from the subframe, and then we're gonna go ahead and slide it out. The 21 millimeter nut here, unbolted it, threaded it back in somewhere here, and just hammered it out to release it from the knuckle here onto the other side. Okay, here I'm going in, back off the subframe with my flathead screwdriver. Go ahead and release all these locking tabs, remove the wiring harness, move it to the side, and then we have those 18 millimeter bolts. Looks like there is one here, one on the other side, and also one holding it on the passenger side that you can see from here in the very back. Yeah, looks like we have a nut on the other side. Let's find out. Yep, I can already undo it with my fingers anyway, so no need to get the wrench down there. And we're gonna do the same on that and on the other side. Here is our passenger side. Pull the nut. With my other hand to unscrew the nut on the bottom. Brought out the replacement part, because I figured there is only one on the passenger side, but there's another hidden one, and that's all behind the heat shielding. So we gotta pop this 10 mil there off and reveal our last bolt and nut. Here we go, one coming from up to down and one from the side, from front to back. Unscrew the two 10 mils, and here is your last bolt and nut. Once last bolt is out, you can come here and see that we are blessed with this pointless bracket here that holds a couple of wires, and we have two 10 millimeters holding that one to be able to slide the rack and pinion out from here. And we outside. Okay, let's pull it from here, create more space on the back side, and wheel it out of here. I have transferred over my inner and outer tie rod ends, or tie rods, inner and outer, because these are already been replaced, and one of them was bent anyway, so I went ahead and did that. Now it's time to go ahead and slide our replacement rack and pinion in there. Replacement rack and pinion is on the subframe. Now it's time to go ahead and bolt down 4 18mm bolts that is holding it to the subframe. New rack and pinion is bolted down. Now it's time to take our heat shield, mount our 3 heat shield bolts back, one here, one here, one on that side here. We also have this bracket here that needs to be reinstalled, holding these wires just like this. Heat shield reinstalled, connectors are plugged back in, bracket for wiring harness holding is mounted to the subframe. Now it's time to start lifting up our subframe, aligning those subframe bolt holes and hand thread them in, lift up the subframe even more and put all the subframe bolts back. And before you jacking it up, make sure you guide the rack and pinion properly. Pull the subframe towards the front before you lift it and sneak it through this hole to the inside behind the pedals. All subframe bolts, 4 on passenger, 4 on driver's side, reinstalled. Then we have those 10mm long bolts that need to be screwed back. Let's go ahead and get that done. Then we have 2 screws, one here and one here. Strut mount 21mm bolt. Done. Reinstall sway bar links to struts, push it down, put it in the hole, 18mm nut. Done. Next, tie rod end, 18mm. Sorry, I lied. It's not 18, it's 21mm. Let's go. Reinstall the clip already here to the subframe, holding this wheel liner. And there's also a 10mm that goes here. Let's go ahead and do the same on the other side. Time to slide the exhaust back to its place. Get these clamps properly over both ends so it seals properly and pull them down. Here is our hanger hardware and two 13mm bolts with a large washer that goes to the oil pan. All done with the exhaust bolts. 13mm here, 13s here, 13s on the hangers, 16s are on the clamps here. A little bit pain in the butt to get them over each other and make sure they seal properly, but it is what it is. It's done. I'm not gonna put the belly bands now, it's pretty tight space, so I will go ahead and reconnect our steering shaft from the inside, 30mm bolt. Put the wheels back on and drive the car on the ramps so I can have more space here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and connect our steering shaft. Lift it up. Okay, it's in. Lower the carpet. Take your 13mm, screw it in by hand and then tighten it down. Make sure your steering wheel is straight. Put it on the ramps to have better access to put those belly bands back on. Already took it for a test drive. We need alignment to be done since our subframe was dropped and everything is off alignment now. But once the alignment is done, the steering is straight, wheels are running straight, the job is done. Already tested, make sure that the replacement rack and pinion does not have the clunking sound, because I don't want to take it to alignment and find out that it's still clunking. So made sure that the rack and pinion is good. And now I'm gonna go ahead and bolt up the belly bands and take this thing to alignment. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. This same issue is starting from the 2017 Chrysler Pacificas, this clunking sound. Even when it's driving straight, a little unevenness on the road, the rack and pinion inside is moving left and right and causing the clunk, 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 which can be misdiagnosed for a shock absorber or sway bar link. clunking. So thank you for watching. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Till next time.